There's a truth so uncomfortable, so raw that most people spend their entire lives running from it. It's the reason why millions drift through life working hard, chasing dreams, yet never building true wealth. It's not the economy, it's not luck, it's not the government. The hard truth is this: most people never build wealth because they never build themselves. Wealth, real wealth, begins long before the bank account fills, long before the business succeeds, long before the world applauds. It begins in silence, in the shadows, inside your mind. But here's where most people get it wrong. They believe wealth is about chasing money. They believe success is an external hunt, something out there to be captured. But those who've walked the path, the Edisons, the Carnegies, the Disneys, the Jobs, they know the truth. Wealth isn't pursued, it's attracted, and you only attract what you are prepared to handle. Most people never build wealth because they never master the one thing wealth demands: self-discipline. Discipline, not motivation. Habits, not hype. Vision, not vague wishes. It starts in the mind, but it only manifests through relentless, disciplined action. See, wealth isn't for the interested. It isn't for the wishful thinkers. It isn't for those who dabble. It's for the committed, for the obsessed, for those who wake up with hunger in their chest and fire in their veins. Most people, they want comfort more than freedom. They want ease more than excellence. They want the illusion of wealth without the price wealth demands. And make no mistake, wealth demands a price. It demands you outgrow your limitations. It demands you silence your excuses. It demands you confront the parts of you that have been playing small, hiding, settling. But society doesn't teach that. No, society teaches you to conform, to obey, to blend in, to take the safe road, to fear failure, to shrink at rejection. But every titan you admire, from Ford to Musk, from Carnegie to Oprah, they became wealthy, not because they avoided failure, but because they made failure their classroom. Most people never build wealth because they fear looking foolish. They fear being different. They fear the sacrifices that greatness requires. They want results without the risk. They want success without the sweat. They want wealth without becoming the kind of person wealth follows. But life doesn't work that way. You don't get rich by accident. You don't stumble into success. You become wealthy from the inside out, and that becoming, it's brutal. It tests you. It strips you down. It exposes your weaknesses. It forces you to grow or give up. Most people choose to give up. They hit an obstacle and fold. They hear criticism and retreat. They face uncertainty and run. But wealth hides behind those very barriers. It waits for the few willing to endure, to push, to bleed, to outlast their doubts and their fears. That's why most people never build wealth, because they refuse to outlast their old self. But understand this: wealth isn't just about money. It's not the cars, not the mansions, not the applause. That it's about freedom. The freedom to choose, the freedom to create, the freedom to live life on your terms. But freedom has a gatekeeper, and its name is discipline. Most will never meet that gatekeeper because discipline is uncomfortable. It's early mornings when the world sleeps. It's late nights when others party. It's saying no when temptation whispers yes. It's building habits when motivation fades, and most, they'll never pay that price. They'd rather trade their potential for pleasure, their future for distraction, their wealth for the fleeting comfort of average. But average is a trap. It lures you in with convenience. It feeds you excuses. It promises safety, but robs you of your dreams. Look around, most are stuck there, working jobs they hate, living paycheck to paycheck, numbing their potential with entertainment, addiction, or distraction, not because they're incapable, but because they're undisciplined. You weren't born for that. You weren't wired for mediocrity. Deep down you know it. There's a fire buried beneath the doubts, beneath the fears, beneath the conditioning that's told you to be realistic. Realistic. Was Edison realistic when he failed 10,000 times to invent the light bulb? Was Carnegie realistic when he rose from poverty to build an empire? Was Disney realistic when he was told he lacked imagination, yet built a kingdom of dreams? Real wealth isn't realistic. It's radical. It's unreasonable. It's built by those bold enough to believe and disciplined enough to act. But belief alone isn't enough. The world is full of dreamers who never do. The cemeteries are filled with untapped potential, unlived dreams, unfinished greatness. Belief must be married to action. Desire must be married to discipline. Vision must be married to relentless execution. Most people, they stop at desire. They confuse wishing with working. They think imagining is enough. But wealth only responds to demonstration, not daydreams. You want wealth? Start demonstrating. Start building the habits, the mindset, the resilience of someone who attracts success, because wealth isn't given. It's earned. In sweat, in sacrifice, in silence when no one's watching. And that is why most people never build wealth. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay in the 97%. You don't have to settle for average. You don't have to watch your potential rot away while others rise. You can choose different. You can choose better. You can choose to become the type of person wealth follows, but it starts inside. The world will never hand you what your mind hasn't prepared to hold. You must rewire your thinking. You must kill the old story, the one that says you're not worthy, not capable, not ready. Understand this. The greatest prison is not bars of steel. It's the invisible cage in your mind, the beliefs that say, I can't, I'm not enough, I'm not smart enough, I wasn't born into the right family, I don't have the resources. Lies, all of them lies designed to keep you small, to keep you obedient, to keep you dependent. But wealth belongs to the rebels, to those bold enough to rewrite the script life handed them. Do you think the wealthy waited for permission? Do you think they waited for perfect timing? Do you think they waited until they felt ready? No. They moved in uncertainty. They acted despite fear. They invested in themselves when no one else would. They sacrificed when others partied. They worked when others slept, and slowly, day by day, they became magnetic. They became disciplined. They became undeniable. That's how wealth is built, not in a moment, but in the quiet, disciplined repetition of small daily victories. But hear me clearly, most people never build wealth because they can't master today. They waste today, waiting for a better tomorrow. They waste today, scrolling, numbing, hiding. They waste today, living like they have infinite time, but you don't. Time is your most valuable asset, and it's running out every day you delay. Your dream dies a little more. Every excuse you buy, your potential withers. Every comfort you choose, your wealth slips further away. But the opposite is also true. Every disciplined day compounds. Every courageous choice adds up. Every uncomfortable moment endured builds you into the person who commands wealth. It's not about chasing money. It's about becoming worthy of wealth. And that means master your mornings, guard your mind, nurture your vision, build your discipline like muscle, invest in yourself when it feels risky, learn when others relax, work when others whine, dream bigger when others shrink. Because here's what they'll never tell you in school. Here's what society hides from you. Wealth is a reflection. It's a mirror. It doesn't show you what you want. It shows you who you are. You want more. Be more. You want wealth. Become wealth-minded. You want freedom. Master yourself. Everything you desire is already waiting for you, but only the disciplined version of you, the bold version of you, the focused, hungry, resilient version of you can claim it. Most people will never meet that version of themselves. Most people will never build wealth, but you can be the exception. The only question is, will you? Because at the end of the day, no mentor can do it for you. No book can do it for you. No motivational video, not even this one, can do it for you. It's you against you, your future, versus your excuses, your potential, versus your procrastination, your destiny, versus your distractions. And that's the battle most people lose, not because they're weak, but because they never step into the arena. They avoid discomfort. They avoid hard truths. They avoid responsibility. But wealth lives on the other side of discomfort. It rewards those who face the hard truths. It follows those willing to own their life completely. Look around. The world doesn't need more complainers. It doesn't need more victims. It doesn't need more one-day dreamers. It needs leaders, builders, thinkers, creators. It needs those willing to think differently, act boldly, and persist relentlessly. The question is, are you ready to be one of them? You see, wealth doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen the moment you decide to become unrecognizable to your old self. When you start saying no to distractions, saying yes to discipline, eliminating small thinking, surrounding yourself with excellence, studying relentlessly, acting decisively, failing forward. That version of you, the disciplined, resilient, unstoppable version, wealth follows that person. Opportunities follow that person. Freedom follows that person. But to meet that version, you must bury the old one. The one that procrastinates, the one that doubts, the one that fears, the one that talks but never moves. Most people cling to that version for life, and life simply reflects their choices. But you're here, you're listening, you feel the fire, even if it's small right now. Fan that flame, fuel it, guard it, because that flame, when nurtured, becomes a wildfire of belief, a wildfire of action, a wildfire of success. That's how wealth is built, not by waiting, not by wishing, but by becoming. And in that becoming, you'll discover what most never will. That wealth, real wealth, isn't something you chase, it's something you attract, by becoming the kind of person you cannot ignore. So now the moment arrives, the moment where you stop watching, and start deciding. Tomorrow, not one day. Now, because wealth, success, freedom, they don't wait. They don't pause while you procrastinate. They don't knock twice. You either rise to meet them or you watch them pass by, and years from now, you'll look back on this moment, on this choice, and you'll either thank yourself or regret yourself. Understand this. Most people never build wealth because they live life as if they have forever. But time is ruthless. Time is slipping. An opportunity, it favors the bold, not the hesitant. You have inside you right now everything required to change your life, but it won't happen by accident. It won't happen with wishes. It won't happen if you keep living like the old version of you. The world owes you nothing, but your future owes you everything if you earn it. So ask yourself, will you keep making excuses? Will you keep playing small? Will you keep handing your dreams to fear, to comfort, to doubt? Or will you burn the bridges to your old self? Will you do the uncomfortable work? Will you build the discipline, the mindset, the habits of someone wealth cannot ignore? The choice has always been yours. It still is. Most people will never build wealth, but you're not most people. Not anymore.